Welcome to Spelling Bee Ninja. We're on a mission to build scientific literacy and empower you with essential vocabulary to navigate the fascinating world of science. If you're hungry for knowledge and eager to explore a variety of scientific concepts, you've come to the right place. Make sure to subscribe to our podcast for free educational content that sparks curiosity and insight. Let's dive into today's lesson about scientific vocabulary, where we'll uncover important terms and concepts used across multiple scientific disciplines. In science, understanding vocabulary is crucial, as it forms the foundation of all scientific communication. Today, we'll explore some key concepts that not only help in learning science but are also fundamental to conducting experiments and understanding research. First, let's talk about a hypothesis. A hypothesis is a proposed explanation for a phenomenon based on limited evidence. Think of it as an educated guess that guides your predictions during experimentation. For a hypothesis to be scientifically valid, it must be testable, meaning you can design an experiment to prove it true or false. This ability to be proven wrong is just as important. It allows for the growth of knowledge as scientists refine their understanding of the world around us. Now, let's switch gears and look at what a scientific theory is. Unlike a hypothesis, a scientific theory is a well-substantiated explanation of some aspect of the natural world. It's built on a robust body of evidence and has been subject to repeated testing and scrutiny. An example of a scientific theory is the theory of evolution, which explains how species change over time through natural selection. In contrast, a scientific law describes what happens in nature but doesn't explain why it occurs. For instance, Newton's law of universal gravitation tells us that every mass attracts every other mass, which we can quantify mathematically, but it doesn't delve into the underlying reasons for that attraction. Next up, let's discuss variables, which are essential components of scientific experiments. A variable is any factor that can be changed or measured. An independent variable is the one that a scientist alters in order to observe its effects, while the dependent variable is what you measure in response to that change. Controlled variables, on the other hand, remain constant throughout the experiment to ensure that the results are valid. If you were testing how light affects plant growth, the independent variable would be the amount of light the plants receive. This understanding of variables is important because it allows scientists to isolate relationships and draw meaningful conclusions from their data. Now, let's touch on control groups. In an experimental setup, the control group does not receive the treatment being tested. It serves as a baseline to compare against the group that does receive the treatment, enabling scientists to evaluate the effects of the independent variable. For example, in a drug trial, participants in the control group might receive a placebo instead of the actual drug being tested. This way, any changes in health can be attributed more accurately to the drug itself rather than to psychological factors like expectation. Now that we've covered hypotheses, theories, variables, and control groups, let's discuss peer review. Peer review is a critical process wherein scientific work is evaluated by other experts in the same field before publication. This system ensures that research is of high quality, valid, and credible. It's a way to maintain the integrity of scientific discourse, allowing new findings to be critically examined and validated by fellow scientists. As we move forward, we should also consider homeostasis, which is the process by which living organisms maintain a stable internal environment despite external changes. For example, humans regulate their body temperature through various mechanisms like sweating or shivering to keep it within a narrow, healthy range. This concept of maintaining balance is key to understanding biology and physiology. Speaking of movement, let's talk about diffusion and osmosis. Diffusion refers to the movement of particles from an area of high concentration to an area of low concentration, which is how many substances move in and out of cells. Osmosis is a specific type of diffusion that involves water moving across a semi-permeable membrane. It's crucial for maintaining the balance of fluids in cells. Understanding these processes helps explain many biological functions, from nutrient absorption to waste removal. On the topic of energy conversion, we have photosynthesis and cellular respiration. Photosynthesis is the remarkable process by which plants use sunlight, carbon dioxide, and water to produce glucose and oxygen. This process is fundamental to life on Earth, as it forms the basis of the food chain. Conversely, cellular respiration is how organisms, including plants, break down glucose to release energy. Both processes are interconnected. While photosynthesis produces oxygen and glucose, cellular respiration uses those products to generate the energy needed for life. Moving on to genetic materials, let's discuss DNA and RNA. DNA, or deoxyribonucleic acid, contains the genetic blueprint for all living organisms, serving as the instructions for building and maintaining life. Meanwhile, RNA, or ribonucleic acid, plays a crucial role in protein synthesis, acting as a messenger between DNA and the cellular machinery that makes proteins. Understanding these substances is essential in fields like genetics, medicine, and evolutionary biology. Finally, let's explore the pH scale. The pH scale is a measure of acidity or alkalinity in a solution. It ranges from 0 to 14, with lower values indicating acidity, 7 being neutral, and values above 7 indicating basicity or alkalinity. Each whole number change on the pH scale represents a tenfold change in hydrogen ion concentration. This simple yet powerful scale helps us understand chemical properties in everything from our own bodies to ecological systems. So, that wraps up our exploration of essential science terms. We've journeyed through hypotheses, theories, variables, control groups, peer review, homeostasis, diffusion, osmosis, photosynthesis, cellular respiration, DNA, RNA, and the pH scale. This vocabulary not only enriches our scientific understanding but also connects us to the broader world of scientific inquiry. Today, we delved into vital scientific vocabulary that shapes our understanding of various disciplines within science. We began with the concept of a hypothesis, moving to theories and scientific laws, and understood how variables and control groups function in experiments. We highlighted the importance of peer review in ensuring the credibility of scientific work, explored homeostasis in living organisms, and discussed diffusion and osmosis's key roles in biology. Additionally, we touched on the processes of photosynthesis and cellular respiration, the significance of DNA and RNA, and how the pH scale influences chemical reactions. This knowledge provides a solid foundation for further exploration in the scientific field. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey through scientific vocabulary today. We hope you found it engaging and insightful. If you're eager to continue learning about science and other fascinating topics, be sure to subscribe to Spelling Bee Ninja. Stay curious and keep exploring, as there's always more to discover. Until next time, keep that scientific spirit alive in everything you do.